Hello, guys. Well, I read Deutsche Bank's assessment of the $2.2 billion additional, that's additional investment in NEO from CYVN, which is United Arab Emirates. Um, and and to be honest with you, I wasn't pleased with that assessment. I was not pleased with it. There is a talk uh, about NEO losing uh, 11 to 15 billion RMBs next year. So if we use the worst case scenario, that would be 15 billion RMBs, which is about $2 billion, right? 2 billion US dollars, and that is actually close to the assessment in one of my videos. That okay, let's assume we have half billion a quarter. You know what I mean? I had a video not long ago on something like this for next year. But remember, NEO is in this uh, cost reduction zone, and so they will reduce cost quarter by quarter. So by as quarters go by, you will have less and less money lost. And so it's my assessment that NEO will probably break even by the end of next year. And so when you do that, you can't expect to have $500 million in Q3, for example, of next year, and then zero. You break even the following quarters. This stuff happens gradually. So, anyways, the point is that uh, even if we go with this, which is $2 billion loss for next year, NEO will still have $4.2 billion, right? I mean, they have $6.2 billion. Take away 2 billion, you still have that, and even after you pay for Jack and whatever, you still have. I don't know where this scare of cash is coming from. I honestly don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So uh, NEO does not need the cash. NEO does not need the cash. Anyone who says this really doesn't understand this agreement. This agreement is all about strategy. NEO wants to expand in the Middle East. NEO wants to expand in the Gulf region. And to do this, I think that the United Arab Emirates find it an opportunity to invest in the company. Oh, by the way, before I get into that, also there's a talk about weakness. Why? Because the share price was $7.50, and that is another maybe mistake or misunderstanding of the whole scenario. If you actually read the previous agreement of the $1.1 billion whatever that CYVN did in the summer, you would know that the way they worded that was that they would use the average of the 3 month, the average, not 3 months, 3 weeks, the average of the 3 weeks. And so when you do this, it comes to like something like $8.80, roughly around there. That would be the cost, the price per share for the first third of the investment, for the first $1 billion investment. And so this wording of the average of the last 3 weeks, read that. Don't rely on anybody. Don't rely on Deutsche. With all respect to Deutsche Bank, with all respect, I mean, these guys are smart and they know what they're doing. But sometimes you have, the time. I tell you, the time I spend on NEO is more than the analyst. Maybe more than pretty much most of, not all the analysts. I spend a lot of time. I read everything, and I have my own views and my own, maybe sometimes very strong views of stuff. But the point is that if you read that, and tell me where I'm wrong, if you read that the first, $1 billion, you would know that the way they reached the price value was based on the average of the last 3 weeks, something like that. That's what it says there. If you do the same thing with the second investment, with this new additional, $2.2 billion, you would know that $7.50 is actually the average of of the last month or so that the Mr. Shorts have been, playing with the stock. So this comes out to be a natural price, and new is not going to wait for shorts to cool down and or take happy holidays or whatever. They're not going to do that. They're going to proceed with their strategic plan. That's what you need. This is the key. Strategic plan. They have a strategic plan to move into the Gulf region, and so the price is whatever the price is, and they will do it. Okay, and that's where the $7.50 comes from. Okay, again, it's my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong. All my life is wrong. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Check that and let me know if I'm how bad I was. Okay. So this thing about weakness because of the $7.50, it's actually not true. Not true at all. So let's talk a little bit about about this agreement again, and let's get, and we may talk about it again. I don't know. The first time we talked about it, I said that this is a win-win, right? Um, think about it logically. There's no point for two companies to make agreement without having both of them in this win-win situation. There's no point. Even two people, you cannot enter an agreement with somebody and you win and the other person loses. You cannot have that. And especially a partnership. Partnership means we are partners. You can go for years. We could be talking about 10, 15 years, 20 years. So it doesn't make sense. And it's not in your interest to gain on your partner. It's actually in your interest to make sure your partner is very happy. It's in your interest to do that. So where are we going with this? I think that NEO wanted to make sure that the United Arab Emirates is very happy. They wanted to please them. They wanted to make sure they're happy. Okay, and the United Arab Emirates wants to make sure that NEO is happy. How did they do that? I will tell you. I will tell you. In my imaginary, maybe my imagine. What do you call it? This guy was a movie. The little guy. He was like my imaginary friend. I tell you what goes on. It's in my mind, anyways. I could be wrong, like I said. NEO wants to expand in the Middle East, in the United Arab Emirates specifically, because their model fits there. The United Arab Emirates, they have to follow the rest of the world as far as the emissions and whatever. And like I said, in Canada, just recently, we were talking just a couple of days ago or so, that the government said, starting in 2035, no more, whether it's a truck or a car or whatever, no more, it has to be emission free, period. So there you go. The whole world, if you look at China, you look at the US, all the policies all over the world, the European Union, Europe, I mean, everywhere. Excuse me. So what does that mean? It means that sooner or later you have to do that. Okay, and so when a NEO wanted to expand in there, that model fit very well for them. Why? Because of the class, because of the fact it's luxury, because of the fact that you have luxury, not only luxury vehicle itself, but also luxury service, which is the one I emphasized on. There's a lot of good things there that actually suits the culture there, the luxury style culture, right? And so the United Arab Emirates assessed that this model fits them super well. And so what they did, they said, hey, let's offer them more stuff for like NEO. In exchange, we will take big part of the company. And so this company becomes like part of like part of us, kind of. It becomes like our company. Right, so then that's where I think this is how this one developed. uh, um, uh, they saw the potential of having massive investment in the company, whether through the government, and this is government, by the way. We're talking about government approval, government okay, government agreement, government partnership. That kind of government partnership makes it very powerful. You know, in other words, if you actually compare it to, let's say, NEO expanding in Germany, it's totally different thing. I wouldn't talk much about that. Why? Because it would be more like, you know, a Chinese luxury brand wants to sell product in Germany. That's basically what it would be. Okay. I was looking at the screen. I thought I was running out of space or something. Um, it's like that, right? Would this be a national brand in United Arab Emirates? Yes, if it becomes the government agencies and police and whatever, it becomes the Ford of the USA. It becomes the Mercedes of Germany or the Toyota of Japan. I'm telling you, this becomes like they making solid footing there, not just some guys interested to purchase a lovely model. No, it's not that. Building infrastructure that you will see, I think, unless I'm imagining stuff. So if you actually compare this expansion in the United Arab Emirates versus Germany, it's more than 10 times better. It probably 20, 30 times better. Why? Because you have the government approval, you have the government making it a national brand. You would have people impacted by this, affected by this. They would be encouraged to buy this brand. You would have investors investing in the company too. I mean, this will go beyond, you know, uh, that, right? For Neo, it would be the government, it would be people, now you're getting into a brand new area, right? Is there competition there? You are the king. No. Well, of course, there will always be competition, but you would be the number one choice. You would be the number one choice. Neo knows this. You guys are underestimating William Lee. William Lee is a genius guy, a really intelligent man. Look at the model. If you actually been with Neo, look at the if Neo's model since day one, and you would see that he stuck to the model. He stuck to the model, even though back in 2019, literally almost went under because he wanted to build a model. It's like you either build a model or you don't build anything. And he was willing to give up part of the company to continue. Read the history of it. Check what happened, and you would see that. And so this guy is actually 50% why I invest in Neo, and why Neo is my top investment for actually not just this year, for the last few years, is because of him. This guy is humble. This guy is brilliant. This guy is I mean, I never talked to him. I never seen him, but this guy is something else. I tell you. And and there's a lot of things that I could see. There's a lot of actually similarity with me. I'm very adamant of what I believe in. Something what I do is I feel super strong about it. It's confidence. Sometimes overconfident. Anyways, the point is that the benefit to Neo is that it will have very solid fitting. It becomes a national brand. It will become the Mercedes of Germany in there. Neo to the UAE is the Mercedes to Germany. This is what we're talking about, right? Plus, you have investment. This investment solidifies, makes United Arab Emirates as as owner. So Neo is rewarding them for this, and the United Arab Emirates is rewarding them for having the priority and having all the nice juicy stuff. This is how you look at this. Not a weakness for 2.2, 3.1, 5.0 billion cash. That's not how you look at it. You look at it from strategic Yeah, what's the point of strategic? What is the strategic? Where is this word coming from? What about the directors? Why do you need two directors there? That they insisting on having directors there, right? It's very important. It's very important for them because they want to make sure that this expansion and that this work is done properly to their liking, and it makes perfect sense, in my opinion, because of the fact that they know better. They know better. People who live in the area, they know more than people who come from other countries and want to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's excuse me. So that's where this thing is. It is. I think it is. It's a super attractive investment, and these guys will not let some short guys play with the stock. No, and the reason why they had a great deal is thanks to shorts. Shorts are the ones who manipulated the stock and made it what it is. It's shorts, phenomenal work that made it even juicy for them. Like I told you, the shorts, they could do a lot of damage to themselves and others. So, anyways, this is my view of it. Probably we'll have more talk about this, but that's what I feel. Never financial advice, not from me, not from anybody, not any analyst. Okay, and thanks. We'll talk later. Bye bye.